Hey guys, welcome back to this is the third one today, to another episode of Ant Will Reacts. Today we're going to be reacting to Top 10 Spider-Man Moments. Well, we're going to talk about the comic, Watch Mojo's just going to talk about the comics and the movies, but I think my favorite moment from a movie with Spider-Man was when Civil War, when he made his appearance, and you guys remember that trailer I reacted to last year. I was so hype, and everybody else was. That's my favorite moment. His grand entrance. Okay. So anyway, let's dive in.
They don't call him amazing for nothing. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Spider-Man moments. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at the wall crawler's most famous escapades across all media, whether it be comic books or from his various film outings. Also, please be aware that there will be spoilers aplenty. Shazam!
I've seen them all.
Number 10, Unmasked, Civil War number 2. In the comic event that pitted hero against hero,
this.
When it came to the Superhero Registration Act, Spider-Man initially took Iron Man's side. In fact, he believed in the cause so much, he was willing to make the ultimate show of faith on Tony's behalf by revealing his secret identity. In front of a large crowd and television cameras, Spider-Man removed his mask, revealing himself to be none other than
Even
Peter
though he
Parker,
was...
a revelation that shocked the world and caused J. Jonah Jameson to faint. While this act would ultimately cause him countless headaches, no one can deny just how monumental of a moment this was. Number 9, Airport Showdown.
Even though
Captain
he was
America,
against
Civil
it.
War.
What made me mad was he was against it. Yes!
Talk about a triumphant return to the big screen. After watching his rebooted film franchise get the axe early, courtesy of Sony, fans were overjoyed to finally see
Thanks a
Spidey
lot,
make his
Sony.
Marvel Cinematic Universe debut. Tom Holland's take on the webhead was well received, to put it mildly, and it was an absolute treat to see this young Spider-Man tangle with the likes of Captain America and the other Avengers. Not only do we get some stellar banter, but we also get to see him hold his own against some of the MCU's heavy hitters. Now that's how you introduce a beloved character.
You got hard, kid. Where you from?
Queens?
Brooklyn.
Number 8, Stopping the Train, Spider-Man 2.
You have a train to catch.
What many consider to be the best solo Spidey outing ever put to film certainly had its fair share of highlights, but by far the most iconic was the battle atop a speeding train. In a bid to
He
derail the
coulda
web
kicked somebody
slayer,
when he
Dr.
did
Octopus
that.
sends the train on a one-way trip with no means of slowing down. To save the civilians trapped on board, Spidey pushes himself beyond his physical limit, only just managing to bring the train to a stop. This is followed by a solemn display of unity from the passengers, who promise to keep his identity a secret.
He's just a kid. No older than my son.
Number 7, Sayonara Symbiote, Web of Spider-Man, number 1. By this point in the canon, it was pretty clear that Spidey's new black suit not only had a mind of its own, but was also doing more harm than good as it negatively influenced Peter's behavior. As such, the two eventually entered a mental slugfest as they battled for control of the wall crawler's body and mind. Atop a church, Peter discovered that the alien being was actually weak to sound waves, allowing himself to break free. Of course, this highly toxic relationship wasn't quite over yet, since this separation would eventually lead to something even more sinister, the birth of Venom. Number 6, Swinging on Cranes, The Amazing Spider-Man.
Spider-Man needs those pick points high and lined up. Let's give him a clear approach, over.
Granted, the overall execution of this reboot left a lot to be desired, reflected in it being viewed more as the satisfactory Spider-Man to many fans. But we can't deny just how much we enjoyed this high-flying visual and emotional display. With the city in mortal
Exactly.
danger, Spidey has to reach the Oscorp building before it's too late. The only obstacles in his path are his wounds and his inability to swing far enough. What's a hero to do? Swing from crane to crane, that's what. With a little help from some grateful New Yorkers, Spidey is able to propel his way to a final clash with the Lizard. Number 5, Spider-Man No More, The Amazing Spider-Man, number 50. Being a full-time
Yeah.
superhero is
How did
not
this
an
lead
easy
up?
job. But it wasn't until this moment that comic book writers really explored how heavy a burden it was for Peter, or the sacrifices he had to make day in and day out. His grades are slipping, he has failed to be there for Aunt May when she needed him, and Jameson has essentially turned the whole city against him with anti-Spider-Man ads. Pushed to a breaking point, it all proves to be too much, and leads to Peter discarding his costume. While it's easy to understand his decision, it ultimately led to a rise in crime, as well as the introduction of the villainous Kingpin. Number 4, The Death of Uncle Ben, Amazing Fantasy number 15. With great power comes great responsibility. The immortal creed imparted by Ben Parker has informed Spider-Man's superhero identity ever since. Of course, such words only become truly profound following his tragic death. After being bitten by a radioactive spider, nerdy high school student Peter Parker decides that he's done letting people push him around, using his newfound powers for fame, even allowing a thief to slip by. This of course proves to be a fatal mistake, as the thief goes on to murder Uncle Ben, providing Peter with the most painful of lessons on what kind of man he wants to be. Number 3, The Kiss, Spider-Man.
You are
This
amazing.
This is my favorite
Impractical
too.
of a kiss this probably was.
The
Seeing
kiss
Spidey finally get
in
to
the
walk lips
first
with the girl of his
Spider-Man
dreams
movie.
is just too sweet a moment to overlook. After saving MJ from some rather unsavory goons, she decides that her frequent savior deserves a more personal thank you. And by that, of course, we mean the now iconic upside-down kiss, when our two lovers share a brief moment of affection amidst a downpour. Even if rain was probably filling his nostrils, we wager that Peter wouldn't have traded it for anything in the world. Even superheroes need to get lucky once in a while. Number 2, The Night Gwen Stacy Died, The Amazing Spider-Man
Oh, this
number
one,
121.
not this one.
Before MJ, there was only one woman that had Peter Parker's heart, and that was Gwen Stacy. While the passing of her father, George Stacy, was also a formative moment in Peter's life, it pales in comparison to the loss of Gwen herself. In a bid to break his nemesis, the Green Goblin kidnaps Gwen and leads Spidey to a confrontation on the Brooklyn Bridge. While it seems like Gwen is saved at the last moment by a single web strand that catches her leg, the sudden halt of her momentum causes her neck to snap. Peter has experienced tremendous loss in his life, but this is the most heartbreaking of them all. Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
The Kid Who Collects Spider-Man, Rising from the Grave,
Hey, Freak Show! You're going
Bonesaw.
nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Playtime.
Number 1, Escape from the Rubble, The Amazing Spider-Man number 33. If you're looking
This
to
has
see
to be
Spider-Man's
good.
determination in its purest form, then you won't find a better example in all of his adventures than this. Trapped under a mountain of iron by the dastardly Master Planner, who is revealed to be none other than Doc Ock, and with no way out, all hope seems to be lost for our wall-crawling hero. However, with Aunt May's life hanging in the balance and fueled by the memory of Uncle Ben, Spidey manages to summon his very last ounce of strength to lift up the machinery and break free. Elevated by the brilliant and influential artwork of Spider-Man co-creator Steve Ditko, this moment is just like Spider-Man himself. Amazing.
You're done.
Mrs. Stark, wait. I'm not done. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.
Alright, this is the last video of the day, so yeah. Also, if you have any other request of anything, just comment below what you think, alright? I never gotten a request to do a video yet, or for a lot lately, alright? Now tomorrow, I'm gonna be, the video I promised you guys about the similarities between the Flash and Spider-Man, that's gonna be up tomorrow. I promise you that. I'll finish working on it tonight and it will be uploaded tomorrow. I promise you guys that. This is a promise from me to you. And if it's not up there tomorrow, it'll probably be up Wednesday. This is a promise from me to you. Alright? Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, before you go, I think that's all I have to say. Make sure you guys comment below, subscribe if you're new, put a thumbs up on the like button, and share this with your friends, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video.